Last weekend I went to Paris to be my best friend's plus one at a registrar wedding. The journey started at King Schloss St. Pancras. After going through security and passport checks, I got to my seat and had a cheese and chutney sandwich from Pret and a chocolate brownie. At one point during the train journey, there was a massive sound that sounded like a tree falling. Let's just say it was a very unhealthy noise. Shortly, the train came to a stop in Haute-Picardie, and we had to change trains because apparently we had run over a deer, which was really sad. This delayed our train, so we had to wait for an emergency train to come from London, and we're all going insane in the heat. After a 4-hour delay, I finally got to Paris. Since I arrived so late, I had to rush to get ready for the wedding, which was on the other side of Paris in Courbevoie. The wedding was in the town hall, which was really pretty. Town halls in Paris are always so pretty, so it works to have a wedding in there. I'll let you briefly appreciate. Then the bride and groom walked in at the sound of Vivaldi's Four Seasons, which was sweet because there was a ceiling painting depicting the four seasons. The mayor of Courbevoie was officiating the wedding. The ceremony in itself was very short. To be honest, it had been my first ever registrar wedding, so I had no idea what to expect. But yeah, as the saying goes, it was short and sweet. We got given some dragées, which was great because I was starving. There was a good old bouquet throwing. I didn't join in because I wanted to capture the moment in case my best friend caught it, but to be honest, the bouquet didn't go too far. And I tried a range of Tunisian sweets, which were all very tasty and interesting. Then we took a taxi home because our feet were killing and because we had a reservation at a restaurant that we had to promptly get to. We got to see a fair bit of Paris on the ride. We went to a Korean restaurant in the 6e arrondissement called KBG, also known as Korean Barbecue Grill. We ordered a tteokbokki with truffle cream and cheddar. What's interesting is that they bring you the dish and torch the cheddar to perfection in front of you. The tteokbokki had a very satisfying chew, the truffle added this smooth creamy earthiness, and the cheddar tied the whole dish together. It was such a balanced starter, I would highly recommend. For my main I had a cheese bibimbap with a burrata. I'm glad I didn't eat much that day because I enjoyed this dish without any guilt. I would highly recommend this place. A bit pricey but very tasty. One thing that I found really sweet is that it was on a street called Rue du Dragon, which means Dragon Street. Then we went on a walk around the 6e arrondissement to fully digest our food. After a bit of walking, both had this urge to pee. The toilets were 50 centimes, which you could say is quite pricey. We explored some streets, which always feels great around this time of the day. It gives so much vibrancy to the city. Then we had this lemon cake from the region of Nantes. It was very dense, but the lemon filling was so nice. Then we went to cool down inside a supermarket because it was just too hot outside. Also to get some drinks for later on in the evening. After we did that, we enjoyed a sweet sunset near Notre Dame. We sat down in l'Île Saint-Louis and enjoyed the vibe of the evening and did some boat watching. We spotted a lot of very expensive looking boats and very expensive restaurants on boats. Then we went to sit in a terrace in Le Marais, but the waiter was taking too long / we were really tired, so we just went home. This was a shot of the evening when we got home, and this is the morning after at 5 a.m. Then this is a shot of a bit later on at around 8 a.m. Then we just sat down and decided what we're gonna do that day. I bought this cake that I used to eat as a kid. It was nostalgic. We saw loads of different kinds of art throughout our route to the brunch place. And the art gallery that was right next to the brunch place looks so cool. I loved everything that was inside that gallery. We went to St. Pearl's, which also had such a pretty menu with pictures to show what each of the food looked like, which made everything on the menu sound and look so good. We got given water with charcoal in it, which I never had before. To be honest, it didn't make that much of a difference. Then we got iced coffees. Then I had this fresh French toast with poached pear, a very sharp lemon curd, and homemade vanilla ice cream. Delicious. We also went on a stroll near the Louvre and walked through a bunch of side streets, which always had very pretty buildings to look at, and also window shopped for some expensive furniture. I also saw this channel drain that had 2 leaves shaped like a love heart, which was sweet, and saw a cute street name. We went to the Hoxton to sit down and relax and catch up. I had a cold brew which resembled whiskey. The place was charming, and we ordered this cake that we regretted. I got it because it was a banana flavored cake and it had cashews at the top that were used to represent the bananas. It was okay overall, it's quite dense. I would highly recommend the Hoxton if you want somewhere where you can just sit down and catch up with your friends, as well as being in this nice Parisian vibe. Then before my train we went to McDonald's and got a veggie avocado burger, which was delicious. We also saw a partially fake building. Then I arrived into Gare du Nord, which was so busy, especially to get back on the Eurostar. On the train, I got myself a Perrier as well as some orange juice. The train was delayed, but at least I got home safely. Thanks so much for watching my video and see you next week.